So good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. And if you have any question, feel free to ask. Also, you can unmute yourself or you can type in your questions into the chat box. And if you had a question when you registered, then we will cover that. And if you have another question, feel free to ask that as well. So our main topic is a joyful relationship. And it's a little bit funny because who does believe? Or I mean, everyone believes there is a joyful relationship or such thing would exist. But one thing that we believe it exists, and another thing is how can we have one or even more than one, maybe plenty. Like not just with your partner, but with other people or in other life situations as well. And, you know, everything starts with you. Like, imagine that if you're a people pleaser, you cannot really have a joyful relationship because sooner or later you will have lots of trouble with yourself because you cannot say no. And if you cannot say no, then, you know, you will do things that is not a contribution to you. So, okay. So first of all, are you willing to have a joyful relationship with yourself and of course with your body, not to mention your business? So do you value yourself enough to start the whole thing with yourself, to look into your points of view about who you are and who you should be and what people would expect from you to be? And if you would make them happy, let's say if you would meet their expectations, would it be a contribution? Like, would it create greater for you? I mean, of course, you can say that at least they would be happy with me. So, of course, it would create greater. But would it create greater for everyone? Like, when we ask the question, it includes everyone. So it includes you as well. Like, are you included in the big picture? Like, do you include yourself? Like, how many times do we value others, but we don't value ourselves? And everything that brings up with this turn on, create, eliminate, and eradicate for eternity. and in order to have a joyful relationship with yourself, and here's a question: what does it mean, joyful? Because we know, like, happiness is just a choice, but as an infinite being, your very nature is a continuous expansion. So expansion can mean expanding your life, making everything greater in your life. As well, like anything that you have in your life, you have some kind of a relationship to it. So you relate somehow to yourself, you relate somehow to business, to money, you relate somehow to your body, to your partner, to your parents, to your kids, to everyone and everything. The question is that the way you relate to them and to yourself, is that an expansion? Because joyful and joy is, let's say, the equivalent, or it's another form how expansion shows up. When you live the expansion in all areas of your life, then naturally you become joyful. Like, this is a vibe, like joy is a vibe that you can sense and perceive. You can sense it in your body and you can perceive it as a being. And maybe this is the easiest how we could, let's say, explain it. Like, joy is expansion and it's a vibe that you can sense and perceive. So what are those choices that are not allowing you to be joyful? What choices you made that doesn't allow your expansion, doesn't allow you to have that vibe in all areas of your life? And then what decisions, what choices you made in your relationship that doesn't turn your relationship into the right direction, like doesn't lead you there, or doesn't lead you and your partner to that direction of joy, where not just you, but your partner and the relationship that you have together, with you all would have this joyful effect or feature or vibe. So let's make an exercise. And so if you're present with your body, let's ask for joy to show up. Or you can also say expansion to show up. That vibe or that vibration in the body to show up, that is being joyful. You can ask it in each and every sense of your body. You can ask it, like just a question, like how much are you a person who is thinking too much? Or how much are you a person who is doing too much? Or how much are you a person who is feeling or having emotions too many? So if you are thinking too much, are you willing to ask for joy to show up in your head? Everything that's between your two ears. Just allow your whole head to have this vibration of joy. In each and every cells and molecules of your head, your brain, your nose, your eyes, your face, your teeth, your tongue, everything that's in your head, the skull, the bones. Allow your whole head to have this sensation of joy, that to start to expand in your whole head. In each and every cells and molecules of your head. Allow joy to keep expanding and growing bigger, like become more and more intense. All the different versions of joy to become more and more and more intense. If you're the person who is, rather about feelings or emotions, then you can also ask it in your chest. Everything that's in your chest, like the whole chest area, starts to have this energy of joy. If you are a man and you are, let's say, you're a doer, you can ask joy to be in your hands. Also, and anything that you take in your hands. And just, yeah, other question. Which is the area in your body where you have the most like illnesses? Like most of the time you have a certain type of illness somewhere in your body, or which part of your body that is sort of like attacked by illnesses the most of the time? Like, does it with your lungs or with your heart, or it's your bloodstream, it's your guts or liver, or it's a urinal area, or it's your nose, your head, your throat? Which of that area? Because like when you doesn't have, let's say, a joyful relationship with yourself, it's like how many points of view, judgments, expectations you have about yourself and your life, and also about your partner, and how much of these are sort of like locked down into your body, and it starts to sort of like stop the energy flow in those parts of the body. It's just blocking the energy, blocking the flow of information and the energy in that area of the body. So you can also ask that part of the body to start to have more joy right now. So ask for joy to show up in that part of the body. Like if someone has like very serious illness, like someone has cancer or something like that, ask your body to have more joy in that area where you have that cancer tissue. joy to show up in that exact part of the body. And now start to increase the intensity of joy in that part of the body. Like double the intensity, then triple the intensity. And as you say, allow it to happen now. Like, how does it feel if you triple the intensity of joy in your head, especially in the back of the head? You know, where the power band is. What would show up if you would ask joy to show up and become more and more and more intense in the area of the power band here in the back of the head? Or how would it feel if you ask your stomach, your guts, to have more and more intense joy? And even increase the intensity by 10 times. And how does it feel then? Or even increase the intensity by 100 times. Go further by 1,000 times. Go further by 1,000,000 times. Just keep increasing the intensity of joy in your body. And how does it feel for your body now? What is the change that is showing up in your body? And also, what is the information that your body could show you? Hey, body, show me the information I need here. Like any memories or in any form of information. I'm choosing to have clarity about it. I'm choosing to transform anything you send me into information. Or please send me with, like, in a way that I could have clarity about it with total ease. You know, what if you could have a joyful relationship with your cancer or with any kind of illness that you have? Maybe your problem is that you are aging much faster than you should. Like your body is aging faster, or your skin. Okay, then allow joy to start to expand, to start to show up in your skin, in all areas of your skin. Like, how does it feel for the body? If you increase the intensity of joy in all areas of your skin, you know, facial tissue, around your breast, around your thighs, about your chest, about your back, your stomach, belly, or any areas on the hands. And what can change for you now? Like, what is the level of intensity that your body requires, or that particular area of the body requires? And if you had that level of intensity of joy, it would change everything with those symptoms or illnesses. And everything that brings up, you destroy and create. Everything that brings up that I cannot have such intensity, it's too much, it's much more than what I could perceive or I could deal with. Would you allow yourself to start to have ease? Okay. So, for example, when you start to have a joyful relationship with your body, it's a relationship that creates greater for you and the body. It's being an expansion. Would you have aging anymore? Or what would it create for the body? Like how much of the regeneration or refreshment of the body would start to show up? And how much are you willing to receive? Anything that doesn't allow you to have such joy in the body, we destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate all of that. For your promises, oaths, vows, fealties, communities, secret promises, and blood oaths about not having joy or shouldn't have joy, or too much joy will kill you, or it would be, if I'm too joyful, then I should suffer after that to keep the balance. So will you now destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate all of that for all eternity? And anything that doesn't allow you, will you destroy and uncreate? Cool. So who are you when you are having too much joy? Or who are you when you are having a joyful relationship with yourself, when you enjoy spending time with yourself? Who is that person? Who would you be if you would have fun with yourself? What would people think about you if you would have too much joy with yourself? Or what could show up in your life if you would have too much joy in your business or too much joy with money? Also, what if you can have so much joy with bodies? Let's say, you can say, hello, buddy, right? That's especially for Silvana, if you know her. She has an amazing place called Hello Buddy in Sibiu. So, if you had an amazing relationship with your body and with other bodies as well, let's say you are a person who is giving body processes or treating other people's bodies, like giving massage or in any way, would it create greater for your business? If you had a joyful relationship with bodies, not just with yours, but with anybody's. Like how many bodies would bring their being to your place, to your business? Do you have more clients or less clients? And also, and in that case, are you willing to recognize that you have fun and you have a joyful relationship with bodies? Is there anything you have to be shy about? Is there anything that you have to be ashamed for if you have such a capacity? And what if anyone can choose such a capacity? So if yes, are you willing to choose that capacity? And actually, how would your partner feel about you? You don't have to tell your partner that from now on, I'm choosing to have a joyful relationship with my body. But what energy would your partner feel or sense or perceive around you and your body? Like how much more joyful sex you could have or orgasmic get-togethers you could have with your partner if you start to have a joyful relationship with your own body and also with bodies in general. What contribution it can be to your and to your partner's body, and especially to your relationship. Like anywhere and everywhere where you have a distance from your partner, are you willing to receive your body and have fun with your body? And are you willing to receive your partner's body? And actually everything that you decide about your partner's body whatever is their problem in your relationship. Maybe you don't like the shape or the size or the skills or the capacities of your partner's bodies. And will destroy and uncreate, eliminate and eradicate all of that? And what would be a contribution for your body? And are you willing to receive your partner's body and have fun with your partner's body? And what contribution it could be? Actually, what invitation it can be to your partner, knowingly or unknowingly, directly and indirectly. Like, what is the vibe that you radiate out? That continuous expansion, that being joyful. And in the family where you grow up, like, was it normal, or was it allowed to sort of like be happy and be joyful, or or you know, even just like usually teenagers or people in their early 18, 19, like age of 18, 19, 20, 22, you know, these are the young titans, the ones who are ready to change the world. They're really, really excited and energized. And how much joy they have about life. Like, they have this idea to expand their life and truly create and actualize the life they desire, that kind of a lifestyle. And so when was the time when you decided you had enough of life? Life is too hard, or there is too much work, there are too many tasks, too many things to be done in life. So how old were you when you have decided that? And are you willing to now destroy and uncreate, eliminate and eradicate anything that it brings up for you, and anything and everything that you made vital, valuable, real and significant about that decision? And all the different ways you made, like, yeah, all the promises, oaths, vows, fealties, communities, secret promises, and blood oaths you made at that age about stopping your life and stopping your creation. Will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, and destroy and uncreate? So all the different ways you stopped your life and you decided that no more joy is required, will you now destroy and uncreate, eliminate and eradicate all of that for eternity? Or everybody decided that you don't have the power, you don't have the skills, you don't have the capacity to change your life or to create something greater, or it's too late. So will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and uncreate all of that? And what is the life that you could create if you would invite this energy of joy or being joyful back into your life and into your body? And what if you can have an amazing, really, a joyful relationship with your partner? And of course, not everyone can have that, because sometimes your partner wouldn't choose. And sometimes, you know, if you are willing to be vulnerable with yourself, what is it that your partner would choose? Like, are they really into like expanding the life that you have together? Or they want to be the first and let you be the last one? Like, if you're truly vulnerable with yourself, what's your awareness about your relationship with your partner? There are relationships that can, you know, change because the partner is willing to change and you are also willing to change, and there are relationships where it's not. But even if you cannot have a joyful relationship with your actual partner, it doesn't mean you cannot have that joyful relationship with someone else. but also you can say, like, maybe you don't, like, you're unable to make a decision now, but do you have a joyful relationship with awareness, with what you know, with your consciousness? And are you willing to have one? Like, are you willing to see clearly what's going on in your life? And how much creativity do you invite in your life? And everything that brings up all the different ways will now destroy and create. So regarding having a joyful relationship with your partner, what invitation you can be? And are you willing to be the invitation? And some people will say, oh, again, I have to change myself. I have to put in all the energy into this relationship. What have you decided? Like, do you enjoy that relationship? Do you really desire to create greater? And actually, you will have the prize. The prize is to have a really amazing relationship with your partner. So there is a question like, how can you have better communication with your partner? Maybe one of the questions is, what is your purpose with your partner? To have a greater communication, or to be the one who is always right. You know, what is a better communication? To be always in a winning position, or to be in a, like, have a communication where it creates greater, no matter what is the result, it always creates greater. Like, either it opens up greater avenues in your relationship, or you find some amazing other way that would be contribution for both of you. And how much are you willing to receive your partner, and the difference that your partner represents. And there are relationships where the partner is really, really different, and it's hard to follow the way they think, the way they act, their feelings. Also, there are relationships where the partner is just mirroring you. And at the beginning, you are excited, hence your partner is excited. And then later on, you start to be tired and bored, and your partner become tired and bored. And there is nothing wrong with this or with the previous example. It's just, are you willing to have clarity about the dynamic you have and your partner has in this relationship between the two of you? Because the key is that if you're willing to have clarity and have awareness about all these dynamics, then the dynamic itself also will contribute to you to use it in a way that creates greater. Cool. There is another question. Are there joyful relationships or creations without being so heavy? Like, I'm pretty sure the two things will not show up together, like heaviness and the joyful relationship. So, yeah. So what have you decided about the joyful relationship? Like, everywhere we decided that relationship would be joyful if it, if it is like, if it reaches a certain level, how it contributes, and then it doesn't change. Like you keep it flat and simple and nice and kind, no adventure, nothing, just be together in peace and calm and so on. but are you sure that this would be a joyful relationship? And a lot of people would say yes, but what's your awareness? After how many days, weeks, or months you would feel so bored and tired, and you would start to look for something else or someone else? It's not a, it doesn't mean you have to suffer in a relationship that's not working for you. It's rather about um, what are the elements of a relationship that you sort of like you naturally try to reject because you decided that this element would be wrong, or if you had that element in your relationship, then it's not a contribution. Like if your partner would be too adventurous, then it would be bad, because then your partner may find someone else, they would cheat on you, or they would have too much expectations to you, or they would desire something that you are unable to provide to your partner. And everywhere you try to keep your relationship, flat, standard, let's say balanced, or unchangeable, will you now destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate? So everywhere if you try to keep your relationship like unchangeable or not changing, not flexible, like being the same all the time, this is sort of like solidifying the relationship, which is killing the relationship. So all the different fears you have, are you willing to be vulnerable and face these fears, to have clarity about in which many ways do you try to kill the relationship? Because if you solidify it, then you kill it. So everywhere you decided that in our relationship, this is so amazing and I don't want this to ever change, will you now destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate all of that for all eternity? Ooh. So there is another question. What do you think are the most important qualities or actions that contribute to maintaining a happy and long-lasting relationship? Like both of you need to change, need to choose the same, which means like willing to be a contribution to each other. Because when you are a contribution, it creates greater for you. It creates greater for the partner. And also it has an element like a union of these two, where it creates greater for the environment, for the people around you. So are you willing to be a contribution in that relationship and act and show up as a contribution, not just to yourself and to your partner, but in all different ways? And how much are you willing to receive yourself and your partner? Anything that you are unwilling to receive about your partner, what are your judgments about those things? If that is about their body, then what are your judgments? And are you willing to destroy and uncreate that? It's if you keep finding that, you keep having new areas that you are judging about your partner, either their body or their character, their personality, the way they act. If you keep having more and more areas that you keep judging, then when have you decided to get out of this relationship? Or in which lifetime you decided that this is the lifetime when you have to sort of like contract your partner, like push them down or screw them over. So everything that you decided about hurt your partner in this lifetime. So all of these promises, oaths, vows, fealties, communities, secret promises, and blood oaths will you now destroy and uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate. And as well, all the different lifetimes when you made these decisions that you will let your partner to hurt you in this lifetime because you did something bad, something terrible against them. So you also decided that, okay, I will let them pay it back. So will you now revoke, recount, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all of that? Everywhere where you have these promises, oaths, vows, fealties, communities, and secret promises and blood oaths, that will be sort of like a self-sabotage of your joy, of your spaciousness, of the life that you desire to live. And what is the element of change that you could instill into the relationship? What is that element of change? And how many things are there in your life, like in your life with your partner, that actually makes you think that you can now sort of like there are so many things that are important than being happy with my partner or being fun time, like spending fun time with my partner. Like now I have to work hard to get money for whatever. Now I have to deal a lot with the kids. Now I have to deal with the garden. Now I have to fix the car. Now I have to do this and that. If I did that, then I will have time for myself and my partner. And is that true? Like, did you truly, did you ever truly give time to your partner and to your relationship when you completed any of these excuses? And everything that brings up with this strong create, eliminate, and eradicate. So again, how much change are you willing to invite into your relationship with your partner? And also there was a question like, what can I be and do to have a happy relationship with my partner, or a joyful relationship with my partner? Yeah, I would say, that I didn't say until now, that this is one of the main reasons why we have a 3-day class called Joyful Relationship. In order to, because, we can give you all the tools. But what I see that most of the people, when they have the tools, they are not functioning from the space to be able to use the tools. It's like, would you like to create more money? You can ask for more money and it should show up. If it doesn't show up, there is one reason: you didn't change the space that you are functioning from. And this is the main purpose of this 3-day class, to change the space that you are functioning from with your body, with yourself, with your partner, or with money and business, in order to be able to function, let's say, from that Superman or Superwoman mode, where you are capable to change things easily, where you are capable to implement these tools easily and use the tools to create the change that you desire. Otherwise, it always starts to be like tiring, because you have the tools, but the energy, what you function from, is the old energy, the energy that brought you to the space, to the moment that you have now in your life, that made you tired and depleted. So, and this is why we really need the 3 days to get rid of all the junk we have in the system energetically, and all the points of view, all the judgments, all the expectations. Get rid of all of that as well. Also to recharge the batteries and to change that space that you are functioning from. So allow that space to contribute to you, to support you, to have your back, to hold you towards that new direction that you are desiring to have with your partner. So anything and everything that doesn't allow you to have like 3 days for yourself, to invest it into your future and allowing you to have all the tools, but not just the tools, but like give yourself that extra help to change the space that you function from. And it's also your body requires that change, that transformation, because big part of these points of view and judgments are also located or logged into the body as so are you willing to let go of all these implants from the body that is holding you back and really move forward with your life into the direction that you desire to have with your partner, also into direction that you desire to have with money and your business, to because like a joyful relationship is not just the relationship with your partner, but also includes you. It includes the rest of your life. Like you can really use it in other areas of your life, like with your business and money. So for example, after the class, you can like transform these tools and implement into your business and your financial reality and transform that as well. And use it to create that financial reality that you desire to have. Because one of the big things that is holding us back is the body. And the reason is that because we implemented so many points of view, judgments, programs, expectations into the body that doesn't allow us to change ourselves, to change the space that we function from. Because the body generates that vibration of fear, of past experience, and so on. And therefore, we keep generating the same space day after day. So we keep functioning from a limited space, from a space where we are incapable, we don't have the power, we don't have the capacities, and we cannot change things. And that's just a point of view, but as long it's allocated or implemented into the body, it will not change. It will remain the same, and it will keep you in the same position in your life. So let's join us. This 3-day class is on the 22nd to the 24th in November. So it's in 4 weeks' time, exactly. And the other thing is that, I mean, this is a live class in Sibiu. And, you know, at that amazing place of Hello Buddy. We can all say hello buddy to each other. And really, yeah, the other thing is there is an early bird price for those who are choosing the class now until the 27th of October, which is this Sunday. And the early bird price is just 900 euro or 4,500 lei if you choose it now. And then the price will go up after the 27th of October. So what else can be joyful for your body and your being? And this is also a great possibility to really start and so like practice how you can change the space that you function from, like in one area of life, like how you can change the space about relationships. And if you use it later and you transform the tools, you can choose it and make it work to transform your space about money and business or about your body. It's a great invitation hope to see you there in 4 weeks' time. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Actually, this was the first episode. We will come back later with the second part as well, because there are more questions. And looking forward to meet you next time and cover the rest of the questions and have new questions as well. So have a lovely day, a lovely evening. And if you have any questions, just send it to us and we will cover those as well next time. And thank you so much, Silvana and Marius, and thank you for everyone for your questions. And what is the change that a joyful relationship could invite into our life? So thank you so much. Have a lovely night. See you. Bye-bye.